Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. It has been like a month since I've done a video, which kind of upsets me. It's probably maybe been longer. I've had a lot going on, just between Etsy and my regular job, which I went back to. For those of you who don't know, I left my regular job like a year and a half ago to do Etsy full time, and then I went back last January. It was supposed to be temporary but anyway, it ended up not being temporary, and now I'm just there. So between my job and the animals and Etsy and just everything, I haven't been able to make videos the way that I want to. But I do have some sad news and some happy news, I guess. We'll call them those two very opposite things. If you follow me, and you may have seen about a couple of months ago, I lost Bear. So if you didn't see the post about that, and it's been almost 2 months now since that happened. And I've been really hesitant to make a video about it because it was really first it was really unexpected. Secondly, to explain what happened, I just don't want my experience to cause someone else to not do right by their ferret because of something that happened to me that is a very rare occurrence. So I'll just jump in because that's just like teasing to say all that. Basically, I took all the ferrets to the vet for vaccinations. Ferrets can have reactions to vaccinations. The more they're vaccinated, the more likely it is that they will have a reaction. I'm not going to get into all of the details and any stuff about vaccines and all of that, but what I will say is vets do it a couple different ways. Sometimes they'll recommend that you give Benadryl before the appointment. Some don't. Some will have you come and do the distemper in one visit and the rabies in another visit. Some will do them combined. I do recommend that wherever you go, that you sit around for at least 30 minutes before you leave your vet's office, just to ensure that if there is a reaction, you're at the vet's office and they can help you. Reactions can happen hours after vaccine's given, but more than likely, most of the time, if it's going to happen, it'll happen in the first 15 to 20 minutes. So every vet, no matter however they saw ferrets a lot or not, has always had me stay at least 30 minutes after vaccines. So I took the babies to the vet for their vaccinations. Weasel went first, then Lucy, and then Bear. About 4 minutes after Bear got his vaccine, his distemper vaccine, he had a reaction. And you notice it really quickly. Now, my vet is really kind of awesome. Okay, so Bear had his reaction. They rushed him into the back, and honestly, I've experienced a ferret having a reaction in the past, and basically within 15 minutes, you have your ferret back. Most of the time, they're kind of groggy for a day or so, and you go home, and everything is okay. So almost immediately after Bear had a reaction, Weasel started to have a reaction. Now, if any of you guys have seen my prior videos, you'll know that Weasel had a reaction in the past. And typically, when your ferret has a vaccine reaction, they then are deemed vaccine exempt. However, it was discovered that the vet, when Weasel had his reaction, it was the previous vet, and they used the rabies vaccine for dogs instead of the correct one, which is why Weasel had the reaction. Since that situation, Weasel has been vaccinated without any issues. So I opted to get him vaccinated again this year because the year before, he was fine. So, okay, on to the story. So now my vet has taken Weasel and Bear into the back to deal with these reactions. They bring Weasel back 10 minutes later. He's fine. What are y'all doing? You don't have to stay up here. Come on, get down your spot. So a couple minutes goes by, about 20 minutes. Weasel comes back out. They hand him to me. Everything's, he's groggy, he's tired, he's fine. I put him in the carrier. We're good to go. Bear is not doing well. They were having a hard time bringing him back around. I'm just going to speed up the story from this point because I am. I don't want to rehash it. It's been a really emotional couple of months for me with this situation. So essentially what happened is Bear had a reaction that was extraordinarily severe. It's really rare. The vet said it happens like 1 in 10,000 ferrets may have this type of reaction. His blood got really thick. His brain swelled. Basically, they could not get an IV in to get him any fluids. They had to do sub-Q fluids under the skin. But before all of that, the vet had said, we got him stable. An hour and a half has gone by. So now I've been at the vet for an hour and a half. They had got him stable. I said, they said, we want you to leave him here for a little while. We want to make sure he's okay before we send him home. Which, honestly, I live 45 minutes from the vet on a good day. I don't want to have to rush back there and have something happen to him en route. So keep him, please, because I would rather him be here. So I call around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This was at like 10 o'clock in the morning. I call around 4 o'clock, and they're like, you have to come right now. Because he had been going in and out of stability throughout the day. When I got there, I got there and the vet just said, we have done everything that we can do. The vet did a bunch of research. There was one other case that was similar to Bear's, and even though they could get an IV in that other ferret, that ferret still passed. And ultimately, I made the decision to put Bear down because at that point, he was not suffering, but he was not going to ever come back to be, he was going to pass away anyway. So it was no point in prolonging it. I got there. I went in the back with him. The vet was left the room to give me a couple minutes with him. I put my head down on the table and I was rubbing him, and he just passed away while I was rubbing him. So we never had to actually put him down because he passed on his own. So basically, that's how I lost Bear. And the kicker of this that really kind of ate me alive is he had just beat cancer. I had just had a tumor taken out, and he was doing amazing and was fine. It was really a screwy situation. It was just effed up for lack of, it was just crazy. My vet was completely shocked by the situation, just in that he hadn't seen anything like this in 20 years. My vet is amazing. I absolutely, under zero circumstances, blame any of this on my vet. I don't even blame the vaccine company. In reality, it's something that can happen, and it is really, really rare. Like I said, ferrets have vaccines all the time. They don't typically die from them, especially if you're already at the vet or you can get them to the vet relatively quickly or something like that. So we lost Bear really, really unexpectedly, which leads me to this situation. Come here. So about a month and a half ago, a couple weeks after Bear passed, this little guy came to live with us. This is Levi. Can you say hi? I know he looks just like Bear. I promise it wasn't meant like that. Can you say hi? Look at hi. He also looks like Oscar. I call him and Oscar twinsies because they look so much alike. He is so sweet and so spunky, and he's got so much energy, and he is just a mess. He's playful. Oscar had a hard time adjusting to a new ferret, which is weird because Lucy used to be the one that took the hardest to new ferrets, and Oscar took a good week and a half to get to accept him or let him be around, where he didn't try to grab him by the neck and get crazy. I'm gonna redo my ferret introduction video, or an example of ferrets fighting when they do when they're meeting each other, because I have so many questions about whether people's ferrets are being aggressive and if they should stop them or not stop them. And I've gotten some really good footage lately, just because I'm always have a camera rolling, because I do post a lot on Instagram. So if you guys are looking to keep up with me and you don't see a lot of YouTube videos, please check my Instagram. It is so much quicker for me to put an Instagram post up than an entire YouTube video, which is why I post there a lot more than here. But I'm going to do another couple videos, especially on litter training, because in addition to Levi, over the weekend I got another new baby. So now I have 7 ferrets. I know, it's an addiction, I think. So I'm going to show you our other new baby here in a second. I just have to go and get him. Right now he has not been fully introduced to the other ferrets because I want to have him checked by the vet, and Oscar, like I said, struggles a little bit with introduction, so it takes a little bit longer than normal, and I want to make sure that he doesn't get too freaked out and that we don't have anybody get hurt. So, but let me grab him, and you can meet him too. So now I have 5 boys and 2 girls. Okay, so this is my newest ferret. Say hi. Say hi. Let's do a good shot, okay? Look at Duke. Hi, bug. You not gonna show your face? He's like, nah. He does not. You were all wet. What did you play and jumped in the water bowl? He doesn't have a name yet. So I've only had him for a day and a half. So he's very new, and he is very playful, and he's actually pretty big. He's got some skin rashes on his back, so we're going to take him to the vet, make sure he's okay. I don't know how old he is. I think he's a little bit older. He's not a baby. He is a baby. He is. I think he's under 6 months, but he's definitely not an itty bitty 4-week-old baby. he needed some love and attention, and that's why he's here with me. And he doesn't have a name yet. What are we going to name you? What are we going to name you? So I'm really excited. We're going to be following his journey. The reason that I chose to do a little more in-depth videos I'm going to do it with him, is because he is not good at using the litter box. He has not caught on. So basically, once I trained Lucy and Weasel, every time I've gotten a new ferret, they kind of followed suit pretty fast. That one, no. He's just not good at all at the litter box. And it has been a long time since I've had a baby that was really bad at using the litter box. Not that I mind, because Weasel and Lucy were not litter box trained when I got them either. So, like I said, because of them, it's been really easy to litter train all the rest. But because he's separated from my other ferrets at the moment, he's not watching or like picking up their habits, because he's completely in his, like, he's in the same room, but he's not with them. He will get a little bit better once they're together all the time. But I think he'll be a great ferret to show a little bit more in depth on litter training and a little bit more in on introductions. So I do intend to put some videos up soon as the situations kind of occur, and show you guys that, because I haven't done those kinds of videos in a while, and I still get a lot of questions about that stuff, and I think it's really, really important. And I think if you can see someone else's experience, then you kind of know what to expect. Obviously, there's lots of people with a ton of experience, not just me, and the way I do it may be different than the way somebody else does it, but you know, you got to find a way that works for you, and I enjoy sharing my experience, so look out for those videos.